What's going on, everybody? It's Man the Legend Beast and Sub here. Welcome to something a little different. Today we're going to be talking about how each and every single one of the 32 teams can win the 2018 NBA title. So starting with episode 1, we're going to be talking about the Warriors, who obviously have the least amount of work to do. They went 67-15, finished first in the Western Conference, and won the NBA title by going 15-1 in the postseason, only losing to the Cavs. So that being said, taking a look at the roster, obviously you have Curry at point guard, you have Klay Thompson at shooting guard, Durant, and then Draymond Green. They have a stacked roster, but it would be very foolish of them to just stop here. Because as the defending NBA champions, everybody is building the roster around you to beat you. They're game planning around you, your whole entire team, each and every one of your players. That's why you must make adjustments. Don't do what the Cavs did. The Cavs, they didn't take everybody seriously. They didn't make the adjustments that they needed to make. And by the time they realized that, oh, okay, the Warriors are serious, it was too late. They just put together a poor team. Very poor. So that's why the Warriors need to step in and do what the Cavs didn't. They need to, go after more people, specifically veterans. Find the oldest players you can find. As you saw, I just released Paul Gasol because I just realized that, he already has a couple of rings. But Vince Carter does not have any rings, if I'm correct. So that's why you need to go after people who want rings. Obviously they're going to play. Obviously they have experience. Most of them have experience in the playoffs and whatnot. So it's very, good to have them on your team. Develop the younger guys. Keep the system going. That's the main thing about the Warriors. Keep the winning culture, the system that you guys have. Keep that as long as you can. Keep bringing in veterans to develop the young guys. If the young guys don't work out, you can always just trade them. Pick up free agents. The Warriors are in the perfect spot right now. They are uncontested in terms of talent. Everybody works together, and that's the best thing about it. Even though they have all that talent, they're doing what OKC could not do. All that talent, but a system where everybody's together instead of just relying on their star players. That's where the OKC fellas. We're gonna talk about that in a different episode. But the Warriors, they're in the perfect spot. Just go after veterans who want a ring. And of course, if you want to go for overkill, you could always try to get a better center. If you can't, I wouldn't really worry about it. Petrulia and McGee, they work just fine because when you're in the Warriors, all you have to do is just get the rebound. As long as you're tall, athletic, or you're just decent at defense, you don't have to be too great. You don't have to score, that's for sure, but you don't have to be too great at defense because, there aren't many post scorers in the league, and all the post scorers seem to be on, non-playoff teams. Well, actually, all the best centers. Let's see. DeMarcus, Anthony Davis, yep. Blake Griffin, yep. Let's see. Hassan White, yep. See, they're all on, those lesser playoff teams, so they're not really a threat. But, aside from that, all the Warriors really have to do is worry about the Spurs. They're not worried about the Cavs because the Cavs, they're not a good team. No matter how much you try to spin it, they're not a good team. It's only LeBron. It's LeBron. That's all it is, and that's basically been solved by adding Durant. Durant and LeBron, they cancel each other. That's what people have to understand. Durant and LeBron, they've always been like that. They've always been dropping 30 on each other's head. It's not one shuts down the other. It's always been that they cancel each other out by dropping 30 on each other, and then it's up to the rest of the team to produce. And when it comes to the Cavs versus the Warriors without their star player, we know who's going to win that matchup 11 times out of 10. It's hands down the Warriors. The Cavs are complete trash without LeBron, and that's just the bottom line. They have no coach, they have no system. It's just basically LeBron does everything. LeBron will cover for my mistakes, and that's where the Warriors are just completely better. However, they're not the best. They are better than the Cavs, but they're not the best. And the only two teams that the Warriors truly have to worry about this upcoming season, maybe three, are the Spurs for sure, the Pelicans, and possibly the Timberwolves. Now, the Spurs is pretty much self-explanatory. You have Greg Popovich. He's an absolute demon. He's a mastermind. He completely outcoached the Warriors in Game 1. It was only because of Kawhi's unfortunate injury that game wasn't be able to wrap up. No matter how you look at it, of course the Warriors won, but I think a majority of us can agree that the Warriors, no, they didn't match up too well against the Spurs when Kawhi was healthy. However, if the Spurs, and this is a big if they become extremely aggressive in free agency, if they land Chris Paul or other stars like maybe Blake Griffin to improve their athleticism, the Spurs will be a legitimate threat for the Warriors. As if they already aren't. But under Pop's system, he can make anybody work as long as, everybody's healthy and doing their job. And, any star player that comes under Pop, yeah, they're going to flourish. Next, the Pelicans. They have the two best post scorers in the game, DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis. They could kill the Warriors if they, if they run their offense through DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis. All they need, is a point guard or, a wing scorer. Either or will be fine. And of course, bench players. But if they rely on their big men, oh yeah, they can give the Warriors a run for their money. And of course, I say the Timberwolves, Karl-Anthony Towns, they just got Jimmy Butler, which would help tremendously against Kevin Durant. And then, of course, you have young and upcoming Andrew Wiggins. They're a little bit young, so we don't know how they're going to mesh yet. But aside from that, the Warriors should coast easily to the NBA title. So that's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys for watching the video. Like and subscribe if you like this video. Dislike if you didn't. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.